I'm on the moon. It's made of
Beer.
cheese.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you're from in this beautiful world? Yeah, it's a St. Patrick's Day week, so happy St. Patrick's Day when that comes up. If you guys brought a St. Patrick's Day beer, cool, or cheese, right on. Welcome to my panel. Welcome, panel members, my friends. Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. Cheers. Cheers to all you guys. Thomas Metal 75, Eric.
Hello.
All right. Bumpy Road Brews. Cheers, brother. All right.
Cheers.
Cool. And how about a beer? Cheers. Cheers to Angie. Angie's Fluid Art by Sparkle. Cheers to you, ladies. Thanks for popping in. Sorry we're a little late. So to answer your question, yes, we're here. We're doing beer and cheese. But cool. Yeah. So we're going to start it out with show and tell, and we're going to bring up Miscellaneous right now. So right on.
Cheers, everybody. So I've got something here from, I believe they're out of Asheville, North Carolina. This is a product that we don't see in Florida for some odd reason. I got this off of one of my Tavor halls, but this is from Burial Beer Company. It's called Skillet Donut Stout. Bum, bum, bum. Epic fucking roll of the dice here with the donut stout. But yeah, it's got a pretty cool can art. Josh always talks up on Burial. It's 60 IBU, serve at 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Very formidable can. What the hell is the ABV on this thing? Does it say? Is it on the bottom? No. Well, that's bullshit. 8%. I hate when beer companies do that. They got one in Florida that never does it. 8% though. Yeah, and it doesn't say that this is a collab, but it's a blend of 9 barley malts, oats, molasses, milk sugar, and some counterculture coffee.
Nice.
Canned on January 30th, 2023. So fairly fresh. Hopefully it doesn't freeze. My wife left it in the freezer for a little too long. It's like you didn't set the timer and my beer is still in there. Yeah, we're good. It's pretty dark. It's got a root beer color on the pour. It's porter-esque looking. But yeah. Jet black beer. Got a one finger, I'd say mocha colored, coffee colored head. It looks tight knit and pretty frothy, yeah.
Oh, it's good. Nice.
That smells pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, so the cheese.
Welcome, Sparkle.
Welcome in, Sparkle. So yeah, the cheese I've got is Marco Polo. It's a buttery, bold cow's milk cheese. So a little bit more specific. They blend their creamy cheese with a lightly milled green and black peppercorns. Where the hell is Beatrice out of? Seattle, Washington, and New York. Yeah, 1% of this goes to like food education, but yeah, there's the.
Oh, they're in Seattle. Okay.
There's the cheese. It's got all kinds of peppercorns through it. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
All right.
With the saison or something last time, but yeah,
Should be good with this out. We'll see for sure. Oh yeah. Right on.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you, Miscellaneous. Cheers, man.
Oh.
All right, we got Eric next.
Ooh, hello. Thank you for stopping by the Beer Man channel of YouTube. Okay, so beer and cheese. Let's go in that order, shall we, I guess? Okay, I don't know. I think a darker beer should also as well as an IPA. So I think you have the gamut of bitter IPAs towards the darker beers that'll work for the kind of cheese that I brought. I'm going to go with a beer that I acquired in a 4-pack recently at the Treehouse Brewing Company in Charlton, Massachusetts. This is their beer. Here's the label. It's called Catharsis, and Catharsis doesn't have a for some reason it's one of their beers. They don't even list an ABV on it. But according to Untapped, it's a 7.4% American porter, and it's brewed with an array of pale chocolate and roasted malts and hopped ever so gently with Warrior and Simcoe, resulting in a beer with progressive attributes and characteristic treehouse edge. Okay. Yeah. And I got a crumbly cheese, but I try to cut a little bit of wedges off of it. It's just from that commercial company Bel Gioioso. It's a gorgonzola, a Italian style blue cheese.
Yummy.
So we'll see what this is like together. Hopefully that is a nice pairing of a blue style tangy cheese with the more robust malty flavors of a porter here. All right, and a treehouse.
On paper, you should be good.
Hopefully. Here we go. I'm gonna pour this a little aggressively. I'm not getting ahead right now. Wow. There we go. Bam. Nice dark amber. There is a little bit of amber color towards the bottom of the glass, but just a nice dark beer. It's got some good carbonation, moderate carbonation coming up, and in my teku, I only have about a finger and a half ahead, but we'll see how she plays. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Really good. Right on, man. Oh, excuse me. Goodness. Bumpy, it's your
Goodness,
turn.
Bumpy.
Here I am. This is me. That's what my cheese looks like. Looked like a bar of soap before I started cutting it, but it's got a dryness to it. You can see it looks like there's possibly some crystals, or at least I can. I'm not sure. Possibly some crystals. Now, what this cheese is a St. Patrick's Day cheddar.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's an aged Irish cheese, product of Ireland. Keep refrigerated. Summerdale, I guess, is the cheesery or whatever, the creamery that makes it. Summerdale. So here we go. It doesn't say how long it's aged for or anything that would be helpful. It's just a gimmicky St. Patrick's Day cheddar. The beer that I'm going to pair with this comes from Liquid Riot out of Portland, Maine. And this beer is called Irish Goodbye. It's a dry stout. Comes in at 4% ABV. This is Liquid Riot, established on the waterfront in Portland's Old Portland, Maine's first brewery distillery, Resto Bar, located just blocks from City Hall. Okay, I thought it was going to give me some information on this beer, and it doesn't. So I don't know if there's a widget in it. On the bottom, it does say bye-bye now, and it was canned on February 9th. So let's open it up and see what the hell happens here. Well, it didn't make any noise. It might just be flat. So I poured it in the Guinness glass that I have here from Turtle Man. Kind of doing like almost not at all cascading. No.
Kind of not all of I'm doing.
It's got that kind of khaki to light tan head. It's going to start breaking down. But it does have a frothy looking head to it. And it's a nice brown beer. So cheers.
Nice. Cheers, Bumpy.
Good.
And we got Sparkle, we got Last Beer, and we got Angie in the house who just popped in. So welcome.
Hello.
Sparkle is next. All right. Cool.
Hi, everybody. Happy early St. Patrick's Day.
Happy early St. Patrick's Day.
What I have for you today is an Irish cheddar,
Hmm.
and it's a sharp Irish cheddar. And I have the Maris, the Classy Otter British style barrel wine ale.
Nice.
Very nice.
I love the
Like the can art. He's
Is that the
cute.
cutest ever? It's brewed and packaged at Tombstone Brewing Company in Phoenix, Arizona.
Awesome.
So, let's see what this pours like. All right.
I will say you can't go wrong with the Kerrygold. It's always good.
No doubt.
Ooh, it's got a
Ooh,
nice
that's
color.
pretty. That's really pretty, and it's very clear in the bottom. It has a little frothiness at the top, and I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I think so. Cool. Thank you, Sparkle. Cheers. All right, Josh.
It's me. All right, we'll start off with the cheese. Like I said, I don't have anything too fancy. I just grabbed what I had, but I have this Cracker Barrel extra sharp cheddar cheese, a little cheese stick action. I bet I had,
What are you gonna have for lunch tomorrow, man?
I got a whole package. Don't worry about it. Yeah, there it is. Nothing crazy, but that's all I had to work with right now. So.
That's all right.
And the beer I'm pairing it with is from Schilling Beer Company
Nice.
out of Littleton, New Hampshire. This is a Schwarzbier, German style black lager.
Ooh, nice.
4%.
Very cool.
That should be a good pairing.
I was like, switch it up instead of doing IPAs and stuff with sharp cheddar. I'll see how this pairs.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was canned. That's like December last year, but it's kind of smudged. But I think it was. Oh, I heard myself.
I heard you too.
We're pouring, right? Or no?
Yes.
Okay. It's been a while.
Pour up, but don't compare.
Pour it up.
Pour it up.
They do really good lager beers at Schilling. Totally.
Yeah, I got this one, and I got a Czech dark lager, I think.
That thing is dynamite. You'll like that too.
Yeah. So, yeah, jet black. Maybe a little brownish hue in there. Nice little head. So, it smells nice and roasty.
That's great.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Schwartz be with you.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Schwartz.
All right. Here we go. Andy's turn.
Oh. Okay, wait. First, I gotta fix my light. It's too bright. It's too hot. Sorry.
You got a night bright.
There we go. Okay. So we're doing the cheese first. Dollar G American slice.
Cool.
There we go. And my beer, I'm really excited because this is the first time I've ever had this before.
Here you go, Josh.
I've got some.
There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Actually, perfect little mix.
Maryland, right?
Jeez.
On him
Jesus.
state.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's a ghetto pairing. Good job.
I know.
Bumpy.
How dare you? How dare you disrespect me? I know.
Bumpy.
You said it could be anything.
Yeah. For
No,
sure.
but I'm excited. I'm really excited about the Natty Book. I've never had it.
Soiling the Chadeo mug.
I got a 6-pack of Tall Boys, baby.
Heck
Ooh,
yeah, that's what we do.
And then it's yeah. See through. Look at all the bubbles.
It says Chad.
Very effervescence. Got a nice head on it. Smells like beer.
How about a beer?
It's heaven in a glass, Angie.
It is.
Yeah.
Wait to taste it. I'm excited. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Angie.
You don't
Cheers
like
to you.
Natty Boh. I don't know what's
Cheers.
wrong with
Cheers.
It's me. Cheers, Dickie. Cheers to you, Dickie. All right. Always
Right
good to
on.
see you.
Cheese and sausage Slim Jim.
Cheese and sausage, Slim Jim. All right. And New Jersey Hazy Pale. Sounds good to me. All right. So, yeah, I'll do the cheese first. So I did Irish cheese. I did a Kerrygold, of course, you know. Sharp Irish cheddar.
Nice.
Very nice.
Mm.
Cheddar.
That looks better than my dollar cheese slice.
And I found this one today. 9.5% Imperial Stout, American Stout, the Yeti.
Oh, hell
Great
yeah.
Divide.
Nice.
Yeah. Can 12/7/22. Go ahead and pour it up.
Still looking for that.
Pairing. That sounds
Right
good.
there. One
It's
of
got
these years.
Cocoa head. Ooh, that cocoa.
Wow.
Cascading.
Whoa.
Yes, it is. Holy crap.
Nice pour.
Stellar
Man,
glass.
that looks good.
Ooh, if I would have gone any more, that would have screwed me over.
That's a beauty.
My keyboard.
Oh, no.
Yeah, nice, nice, like cocoa looking head, real jet black oil looking color, and smells lovely. I haven't had this in a while. Very chocolatey, actually. Wow.
Mm.
All right, cool. So let's get back to miscellaneous. All right.
Right. So yeah, what was this? Skillet donut stout from Burial. All right. So yeah, still got a little head holding up there. Still a little frothy. Aroma wise, big boasting coffee notes off of this one, man. Nice, like mild roast. You know, it's not acrid, burnt smelling. That Dale coffee grind type nose. Yeah, it's very robust. It reminds me a lot, honestly, the nose of it reminds me a lot of Founders, their oatmeal stout. Maybe a little bit more robust. But yeah, coffee. I almost pick up like that minerally water type thing, but I don't think it's that. It's because this is coffee forward, and I feel like this coffee acidic thing almost brings you to that. And I've been trying to work on that because I drink so many of these. I'm like, man, I'm getting this weird metallic-y type of nose, and it's a lot of them are coffee forward. So I just associate it with like the acidicness of the coffee. Slight chocolates, I'd say dark chocolate, not like baker's chocolate, but just regular dark. Bready, got a nice like. I don't know, like a brown bread. It's not quite like pumpernickel. It's not that rich, but it's got a really good malty nose to it. It's not overly sweet for whatever they're saying. I don't know. They didn't say this is adjunct with donuts either. So, which is good. It's supposed to be a robust coffee stout is what they're saying. So, yeah, it smells the part. It looks pretty good. Let's drink it. Burial. Josh's favorite.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Medium body, low carb, carbonation. I feel like there's something weird in there. Not sure.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Yeah, you get just a big, robust coffee note. Not too bitter. Chocolate. There's a sweetness, almost like a maple. I guess they say they have molasses in this. I've had my fair share of that. I'm not really picking up on too much of that. It's like a nice vanilla bean coffee. More on the coffee. Vanilla's light. Slight sweetness. Not getting a real graininess out of it, which is good. Yeah, pretty stand up 8% stout. It's really not pulling any punches. Says it's coffee stout, tastes that way. Like I said, mouth feels medium. Not a bad product at all. I can't complain. Like I said, I don't get much of anything from them, so at least the first one was decent. All right, moving on to the Marco Polo cheese with the mildly ground green and black peppercorns. Yeah, so it's a bit of a greasy cheese. It's a little sweaty now, but aroma wise, like I said, you could see it. There's all peppercorns all through there. Rich, nutty, buttery aroma coming off of it. Slightly salty. You get the black peppercorns there, and you pick up on the green peppercorn. I don't know if anybody's too familiar with that. They do have a distinctively different smell than black peppercorns and pink peppercorns and white peppercorns.
It's crazy.
Typically, me personally, when you get like the can of green peppercorns, you open it almost smells like pine sol. But not really too much on this because they're sitting in the juice. It's got a nice woodsy, earthy bite to it, is what I'm getting from the peppercorn. It's a little outdoorsy type of kick. Definitely smells peppery. I don't know. I know I've had this before and it wasn't bad, so let's try the cheese. Cheese.
Cheezers.
Teasers.
Teasers.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Tweezers. What?
Where is it?
Sound like somebody said Jesus.
He did say cheese.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's rich, creamy, smooth on the palate. I definitely probably could have pilled this out and let it sit for a little bit longer. You'll get a nice cream. You'll get a much more creamy texture with it. Not too salty. Definitely getting that black peppercorn bursting in there. I wouldn't say spicy, because they've got it broken down enough to where you're not getting like a crunchy bit of like the peppercorn where it's I've had food like that and it's like, whoa, that's a little hot there, or just too much. But yeah, the green peppercorn is subtle. Like I said, it gives you just like earthy, slightly woodsy vibe. Can't complain. Cheese is good, as I remember it being. So yeah, we just had some cheese. Let's try the beer.
Cheezers.
Cheezers.
See how that goes.
Teasers.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
That's pretty good. It brought a smoky element out of the beer that I wasn't getting.
Oh, nice.
That's interesting.
One more time. Ooh.
Still get the coffee, still slightly sweet, not over the top. Brings out some smoky, malty flavors out of it. Beer and then cheese.
Cheezers again.
Jesus.
I'm trying to get through this complex shit. The cheese kind of overtakes the beer in that aspect, but I'm not complaining. Beer is good, cheese is good. It works one way. What are you gonna do? Cheers.
Well, cheers, man.
Cheers.
Right on.
Call it like you see it.
Awesome. Okay. On to Eric. Yes. Thomas Middle 75.
Hello. Once again, thank you for stopping by the Beerman channel of YouTube, which is a different channel altogether from the Beerman ASMR.
Yeah.
Beerman ASMR. No. Whatever. We're going to do, once again, we got Catharsis, a American porter. I've been doing a little bit of a pairing already. Been trying some beer, been trying some cheese, figuring out what my thoughts are. I still have some big chunks of this cheese. It was a crumbly cheese, so it's very like I was showing here. I was able to get some bigger chunks. Some of it's very crumbly and not. My camera's getting washed out. Some of it's very hard to actually get into proper slices. So the other little stuff I puncture
So
with
veiny.
the toothpick and try to pick it up.
Yeah.
So
That's what she
cheese,
said.
or let's do the beer first, I suppose.
Sorry.
Yeah. So once again, it's got Warrior and Simcoe hops in it, an array of chocolate and pale and roasted malts. There should be. Well, I'm going to give you the flavor experience, I suppose. It is our focused interpretation of what we believed a modern American porter should be. We could not be more excited to share this with you. A 7.4%. Now, the can, I've only seen one other can. It was a decaf Imperial Coffee Stout. Go figure that. Didn't have a date on the can either, but this one says 7.4 on the website. And I think the logo is right there. It's so dark. Oh, there it is. I was going to say it's so dark you can't really
I
even
like that logo. That's nice.
yeah, it's gone down to a one finger head. It's retaining that nice ring of foam. The tan khaki looking head. The aroma, some of these treehouse porters and stouts can be really, in my estimation, really dark, rich, super dense, fudgy notes. And this has a little bit of that in there. It's not the biggest fudgy bomb from Treehouse. Definitely not. Getting a milk, lactose, lactic kind of a smell to it. Definitely the dairy is coming out in this one. Has a milky complexion to the nose. Definitely has a chocolate. More like a milk chocolate, I would suppose. Your mileage, I was gonna say your mileage may vary. It might just be kind of in the middle of not super dark, but it's not. But it's got a lot of the creamy element from the milk. Smell there. I'm definitely getting a brown bread crust. Maybe a touch of like a chocolate syrup. Not a bunch of that really. I guess what the point I'm getting at is there is perceivable sweetness. Obviously, it is not the biggest, boldest smelling beer. It's right in line for that American porter, and it's not cut your head off sweet in the nose. Brown bread, definitely maybe some dark figs or raisins. Kind of atypical for what you would think, nothing earth shattering, but it does smell absolutely the part of the American porter. Let's give it a little taste.
Cheers.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers. son.
Cheers.
Years.
Cheers, Eric.
A little bit of lacing. So some dark fruits, definitely. A nice carbonation, spritziness. I am getting some bitterness in the middle of the palate, and bitterness mixed with some roastiness. I think the bitterness is, or the roastiness, like a darker coffee roastiness is playing in to some of the bitterness. A very earthy bitterness. I can definitely tell some Simcoe hops are definitely involved in that. Definitely was reminding me of something that I've had in maybe more like a West Coast kind of IPA in the bitterness. Tiny little bit, maybe like piney or resinous, just a little bit. It's not black IPA territory, but there's something that's reminding me of that, probably from the Simcoe hop. A tiny bit ashy, if that makes sense. It's going in that charred territory, but again, not too much. There's a little bit of an ashy, lightly smoky aftertaste to it. And yeah, there's this really pronounced bitterness, which is very interesting. Darker chocolate, but I'm still retaining some of the milk sugary sweetness. I don't know if that's what they're using in here. You can definitely get the pale malt. So yeah, the bitterness and the aftertaste are the most unique part of this beer. So in true New England fashion, again, not quite a Cascadian IPA or what we call a black IPA, the darker malts with the more IPA style hops. But if they put more concentration of these hops in there, it could have gone into a Cascadian sort of a realm. So the cheese I'm eating again is going to be the crumbly Gorgonzola, their Italian blue cheese from Belgioioso, which their website says It was done. So they do a 60-day aging of blue cheese, and on their crumbly gorgonzola they do 90 days. It should be a firm, crumbly texture, full and earthy flavors, blue veined in appearance. Cow's milk for the source. RBSP. Oh, no, RBST free. So I guess it's not done with any growth hormones or antibiotics or something like that. One of the things they do with the cheese is they poke holes in the cheese to allow air to penetrate, and they say each wheel is pierced with small holes, allowing air to penetrate and facilitating the growth of beneficial mold. All right, cool. So let's take one of the bigger, I don't know, let's take a couple of, let's take one of the bigger wedges, I suppose. Again, it's got a really, it was kind of hard to cut. It was, again, crumbly, and it's got a really sticky kind of a texture to it. Can I do any zooming in on that? I guess not really. Oh, well. Nice. There's a nice blue vein to it right there. There you go.
Ooh.
All right, and it's already crumbling.
Nice.
To that. And very similar to blue cheese. It's got even like a more tart, earthy aroma to it.
I love blue cheese.
You would like Gorgonzola 100% then. Yep. So very tart, very funky. It's got an earthy smell to it. Tangy would be the best way. A little bit of a salt kick coming out of it, but nothing too crazy. Let's give it a sampling. I'll do some cheese and then some beer and then some cheese again.
Cheesers.
Cheesers.
Caesars.
Caesars, man.
Little Caesars.
So very sticky. I don't know if you're gonna see it. A little bit sticky on the fingers there. Creamy. A creamier cheese, which is nice. A good salt, a pretty good salt kick in there. Again, it's not overly, like in the smell, it's not overly salted, which is great. Nice and tangy. It goes towards almost souring, but not quite. That tangy and that salt really work in tandem very nicely. It gets tangier as it goes along. There's some more salty kick there. It has a nice, again, almost souring kind of a kick in the background. There is a nice funk and an earth to it. That makes any sense. And I don't really know what else to say about that cheese. I think that's kind of where there is to be on that cheese. It definitely has a full earthy flavor. I'll give it that. Let's try it with the beer. I'll do a beer and then some more cheese.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Caesar.
Gracias, everybody.
Gracias.
Then I'll do beer one more time. You know, that little bit of the bitterness kick that I'm getting from this particular style of American Porter, I can see why IPA will work really well with this Gorgonzola. That little bitterness kick works really nicely with the tang and the funk of that cheese. Very good. It kind of balances out some of the overall funkiness and the earthy flavors, and it really brings out the nice tart aspect to the beer or aspect to the cheese. The beer actually starts to become a little bit softer in the hop flavor. It tends to round off a little bit, mixing with the tartness of the cheese. It kind of mellows out the flavor of the hops in the beer just somewhat. It brings out more of a milky flavor, the cheese, to the beer. There's more of that milky aspect to it. I know we got a lot of people to get to. What else can I say about that really quickly? And what I get left with from the cheese is a little bit of the tartness and some of the salt. I feel like the salt level kind of minimized somewhat, but I'm getting left with that full cheese flavor and a lot of tartness. Some of the funk and the earthiness has gone away, so not quite as downright, almost, it's not quite borderline souring, but The tang definitely, the tartness definitely remain in the beer. So really nice balance of hops from this particular beer, and the lactose in the milk really help as well to round out the cheese flavor. So I
How
don't know
about
what
the
else to
beer
tell.
after the cheese?
Yeah, the beer after
I mean, the cheese after the beer. I'm sorry.
cheese after the beer. Let's do that one more time. Cheese. Let's do that one more time. Mild sweetness from the beer kind of cuts down a little bit on the salty flavor. And the cheese really dries out the palate compared to when you had the cheese, compared to when you had the beer before the cheese. The palate's much drier with the cheese afterwards, definitely, and much tangier. That was a good idea to do that again, Sparkle. I think I like the there's a real almost like pepperiness in the back of the throat at this point now. I think it was better. I think it was better cheese and then beer. Yeah, I think it was better the first way I did it. So very interesting. It became more peppery at this point.
Thanks, Thomas.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you, man.
What's it?
All right. Bumpy's turn.
All right, I'll make this real short and sweet. Yeah, it's roasty toasty. There's some coffee notes in there. A little bit of like a dusty chocolate. Smells like an Irish stout. All right. Cheers.
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 Cheers,
Ah,
man.
wrong one. Okay.
Skull.
Skull.
Yeah, so it's got kind of that real liquidy body to it. Like drinks like water, almost like chocolate water. There's a lot of roasted coffee, burnt notes, slight hint of like a baker's chocolate in there, roasted bitterness, carbonation's kind of on the low side, medium, very drying to the palate. Just char galore, though. That is an Irish dry stout for sure. Tastes a lot like Guinness, but it's not the nitro version of it, obviously.
Cargalore.
Not even Guinness. It's Liquid Riot. But yeah, it's got a lingering bitterness to it for sure. 4% ABV. I mean, it's full of flavors. So, I mean, it almost seems like it's a higher ABV than 4, but
Oh, yours is more like mine yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the cheese, yeah, it's got nice that cheddar sharp smell. Got a creaminess to the smell, but almost like a salty sharp bite to it on the nose. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Eat it.
Cheers.
Cheese.
So very, very drying to the palate. It does have those flavor crystals in there, or the crunchy bits. Anyways, it's nice. Added to it does cream up a bit in the mouth. Kind of sticks to all the surfaces. Got a pretty sharp bite to it on this one. Sharp cheddar, for sure. It's got this kind of tang to it, the cheddar tang, almost like a cream that's starting to sour a bit. It's just kind of got that slight kind of sour milk tone thing going. So a bit of that kind of funkiness that I like. So yeah, it's definitely a sharp cheddar cheese. Let's eat some cheese, and then drink the beer.
Cheezers.
Shall we?
Jesus.
Cheeser.
Let's see. Do you go both ways, one way or the other way? Which way do you go with the cheese and the beer?
Crunch,
That
crunch,
was
crunch.
a weird question. Sorry. Which way does your cheese swing? That was even a weirder question. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
Little to
nice.
the left. Little to
It's got, still kind of got some of that cheddar bite to it going on, that creaminess that's there, that kind of slight sour milk thing. But when you drink it with the beer, getting the roasted notes, the burnt notes, it tastes a lot like black patent to me. And it's adding almost like a dairy to like this really, really black burnt coffee. So it's like adding a creamer to it, which it's nice. It just adds a bit of a sweetness to the beer. Oh, I forgot to mention, a little bit of saltiness to this cheddar, just a touch. It's not overly salty, but definitely has a salinity to it. So that works pretty well with eating the cheese and then drinking the beer. Let's try it in reverse. Cheezers and cheers.
Cheezers. So
Cheezers
again,
and cheers.
Prost.
and again.
Trial in reverse.
Yeah, the lingering bitterness, burnt bitterness, kind of takes away a little bit from the cheese. It doesn't seem to get as down and funky until it kind of lasts. When I just swallowed, now I'm getting more of that kind of cheddar funk, that cheddar sharpness. But it kind of dulled it out a little bit for the longest time on the palate. Still works fine. You still have the beer notes lingering on along with cheese notes, but I would say it definitely works a lot better with the cheese and then the beer. So
Nice.
Yeah.
As always, mostly. It seems like it always is the combo.
yeah,
The beer before cheese is always kind of right on. Thanks, Bumpy.
yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cool. Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
Sparkles, are you ready?
Cheers, man.
I'm ready.
Right, this is gonna be
Thanks, everybody. What great
are welcome.
reviews. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, I added a little more beer because the froth went away.
There
So I
we go.
added some more.
That'll do it.
So I'm going to compare this this beer with the it looks like Kerrygold Sharp Irish Cream.
nice.
Nice.
The beer.
I should have sniffed it first. Very coffee smelling and very stout, very full. Wow, that's a lot of coffee. It has some sweetness on the backside. It actually settles out very beautifully on the tongue. It is very smooth, and you can feel the difference in the coffee from the front of the tongue to the back as it's getting stronger, which is really neat. I had a feeling this might be kind of strong. And as crazy as this sounds, on the very back end, it almost tastes a little bit like bubble gum. How weird is that, right? Okay, so I'm going to try the cheese.
The yeast.
Oh, I
Yeah, that
forgot
might
to
be the bubble gum and the beer.
Cheers,
Yeah.
Sparkle.
Mhm. Wow. Very sharp. Very strong with some Parmesan flavors.
Mm.
I don't know if it's in there, but I'm smelling it.
Call it as you see
Okay, let's take a bite of this.
it. Cheesers. There we
Yeah.
go.
Teasers.
So
Yeah, I think
typically,
all their cows are grass fed too.
Mm,
fatty cheese.
excellent.
Keep it creamy. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. It does break up, but this was at room temperature, so it doesn't crumble. Very strong cheddar. A little salty, but not much. It blends beautifully. It's a great cheddar.
Nice.
Let's try this as a follow-up.
Cheesers. Again.
Teasers.
Wow. The beer kind of takes over on that one.
Get out of here, fly. Come on, Sparkle.
Oh,
Thank you. Yes. I know. They follow me around when I bring food in the studio.
Jeez.
That beer really takes over the cheese.
Ooh.
You don't find a whole lot of mixing with that.
Oh.
So we're going to try the beer and then the cheese.
Wah.
Cheesers again
Cheesers.
and again.
Mythology.
It does calm down the beer. It calms down the bitterness. It calms down the coffee. I like the cheese following the beer. It does soften it out. It mellows out that very strong bitter stout flavor, that coffee flavor. I like the beer following the cheese.
There you go.
So cheese then beer. Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's usually how it works. I don't know. It's always nice to try beer before cheese though, but
Cool. Get the oddball one sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
You never know.
It's hard to tell with the sharp cheddars too. Very hard to tell, especially if they're strong and the stout's strong.
Yeah.
Or if you got a super pungent cheese like I do, I'm going back and forth in my head. What do I actually like my review anymore or not? But you get used to it over time, and you'll formulate your opinion before the end of the
I
show.
think the key is, and I could be wrong, but I think you have to do more than a sip.
Yeah.
You have to alternate or bring it in at the end, and it's really hard to tell with just a sip.
Yep.
Right. True.
Yeah.
Just the sip.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Well, thanks, Sparkle. Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cilantro.
Sorry.
Okay. We got Josh next.
Nice job, Sparkle.
All
Nice
right,
job.
so we'll start off with the beer.
Thanks, Angie.
Josh, are you bleeding?
Am
Sorry.
I bleeding?
In your face?
Probably. Oh, I am bleeding for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah.
Careful, don't pick at it.
This is
put a piece of cheese on it.
this is
Cheese
Ryan.
on it.
Schwartz beer, German dark lager, 5.4. I poured the rest of it. A little bit of a head on there still, kind of.
I like your glass.
Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar the
Sometimes they all
Grouch.
feel like trash. Yeah.
Something.
Sometimes, all the time.
Jimmy.
A little bit of brown hue we put in the light, darker as it goes towards the bottom. Not really much bubbles up top. Like I said, the head's pretty much gone.
Cheers, Thrash.
Get some of those nice malts in there, caramel. A little bit of that roast from like a coffee. Maybe some dark chocolate, like a baker's chocolate. There is kind of a sweetness to it. a little bit of a kind of a bitterness on the back end. But yeah, it just smells nice and light and sweet and creamy. So we'll see how it is. Cheers.
Let's go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Slunge.
Kapani.
Gun pie.
That's good.
Kapani?
So I kind of get like it's like a fresh roast coffee, kind of like a black coffee. What's a nice sweetness to it?
Schwarz beer.
Get some of those caramel notes. That baker's chocolate for sure. Nice and light. Not like spritzy, like super spritzy or anything, just kind of crisp. Yeah, that coffee note comes pretty strong on it up front, mixed with that some of that caramel. There's malts in there, that sweetness. Nice and light, 5.4. Yeah, just a good beer. I'm enjoying it so far. So there's that. And now the cheese, the fancy cheese. So the Cracker Barrel, extra sharp cheddar.
There you
go. Got like a little bit of a sheen to it. Not a crumbly cheese whatsoever. It's kind of oily. And I kind of have to pull it apart. Kind of spongy a little bit on there. Aromas kind of get an earthiness to it. Some sweetness, nuttiness. A little bit of a funk, but not overpowering. Definitely kind of smell that salt in there. Yeah, like I said, earthy, nutty, a little bit of pungency. Nothing overpowering. So let's give it a shot. Cheers.
Cheers.
2 pieces.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It would be delicious.
2 pieces for the price of 1.
Backwards. 3 each.
It's kind of it's got a little bit of a creaminess too, but it's kind of like a weird, kind of like not sticks in your mouth, but just kind of like the consistency of it, like the texture of it, it's kind of melty, like creamy when you're chewing on it, but it has like a little bit of a rubberiness to it in a sense. There's some sweetness. Like I said, a little bit of a funk, but not too overpowering. Nuttiness. But it's good. I like it, Actually, you got your sharp cheddar, and then you got your extra sharp. This one's not overly crazy extra sharp, but it's still pretty good. I like it. So we'll start with we'll do the beer first and then the cheese. So cheers.
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 Please. Wait, what?
Cheers. Again.
What do they say?
Same.
Nostrovia.
Let's try it.
You forgot to buy cheese.
Lady face cheese.
That's gross. Come on, Greg.
It kind of mellows out the. It kind of mellows out the.
Sorry,
One time.
It kind of mellows out the that sharpness from the cheese when you do the beer first. Then you have the cheese. Yeah, it kind of mellows the cheese out a little bit. Those dark malts from the beer kind of, kind of encompass all the flavor and to kind of. I mean, you can still taste the cheese, but it's not as sharp as it was separated, but still good. So we'll do cheese and then beer. So cheese or cheers?
Cheers.
Oh, cheese or cheers. I like that.
Cheese or cheers?
I like that.
I like them.
Cheese or cheers or cheers.
We've got a new word.
All right. So with that I like that combination better. It kind of brings out more of a little bit of a sweetness, in the cheese. Mixed with that little funk on the back end. Like it's got a creaminess. The beer kind of makes it a little more creamy. Like I said before, it wasn't just a beer by itself. I think the sweetness kind of gives you like a taste sensation that there's some creaminess, or the flavors. Okay.
Lies under oath? Wait, what?
But
anyways is right.
I'm so sorry.
It's good. Like I said, I think the combination of the cheese and then the beer is a little bit better than the beer and the cheese. But both are great. It's been a while since I had a Schwartz beer, so this is nice and refreshing. But yeah, I think
Good job.
Munching and sipping and
definitely munching.
Being in New York, so
you ain't in New York. You ain't
God bless America.
Thanks,
Good
John.
job, buddy.
Amen.
Cheers. Coagulations.
Coagulation.
Coagulation.
So
And we're live.
doesn't matter.
It does not matter whatever you do.
Like
No.
once you do that beer and cheese.
Rudy Giuliani. Okay. All right, I have to be serious when I do this.
Yeah.
Do I do the cheese first or the beer?
Damn you, Miscellaneous.
Beer's probably a better choice to do first, I think. But
Now, I have a question because I thought Natty Bo was from Baltimore, Maryland, but it says G. Heileman Brewing Company.
Well, it
Milwaukee.
started in Baltimore. It's from Baltimore. But I think they like contract brew because the brewery actually burned down, I believe, like years and years ago.
Oh, yes.
So if you get a little bit of smokiness in your beer, you know why.
Yeah, exactly. How dare you?
Half brewing company brand,
That's
really.
terrible. Okay, so like I said, it's Natty Bo. It's a little Pringles guy. It looks
There
like
you
the Pringles guy. So, oh, what a beer! Live pleasantly. I do like that logo. Live pleasantly. So it's like it has a better color. Like you know how Coors Light kind of looks just like it's like really. Nothing.
More
Not
water.
that there's anything wrong with that. Oh my God! Look, I'm offending everybody
In the
already.
Colorado glasses.
Your man shutting it down.
It's very light, it's really like see-through, but this has a really nice color, to it. I mean, it is see-through, but it's got a nice color. The bubbles are all gone pretty much. There's just a teensy bit of foam on the top of it, but you can see the lacing on the glass, so it kind of stuck to the glass, which is nice. Hang on. Yeah, it's in a Chadeo glass. I gotta go get me some real beer.
Coors Light then, right, Chadeo?
What can I do? It's the only beer glass I have.
Well, that's a good one there.
So it smells like beer, but not like the good beers like I've gotten. It's a good beer. Oh my God, I'm doing terrible. This is one of those beers that is like a light drinking, drink a lot of them kind of thing. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Piney, earthy.
Piney, earthy.
That's what it kind of smells like to me.
Oh, shut up.
Am I wrong? It shouldn't smell like that?
You are not wrong.
Yeah, I can't smell anything else. Just that. So, yeah. Anyway. Now, do I drink it or do I go for the cheese?
you throw it on your dog.
No, I can't throw it on my dog.
Smells like a hobbit. Ooh.
I don't know. Do I taste it first or do I go for the cheese?
Yeah,
I
taste the beer.
taste the beer. Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry.
We are a
It's
giant
really. It
distraction.
smells really refreshing. I like it. I like the smell of it.
It smells like a hobbit.
So wet and fat. Ooh.
Ooh, ooh, that's good. There's no bitterness. Just a touch. Just a touch. But it's not bad like some of them that I've had. Ooh. Yeah, this is really good. hmm You know, it's thicker than I thought it would be. Like I thought it would be like drinking water, like most light beers are. And I know this is not it's not a light beer, but it kind of reminds you of that. But it's I don't know. It's thicker than you know what I'm saying. No, probably not. Anyway. Okay, what do I do now?
Cheese and enjoy
All right,
cheese.
the cheese. Okay.
Dollar G.
This is Dollar G American slices. Now, I have cubed it up into a small square so that it feels like I'm eating an actual piece of cheese.
Instead of plastic.
I'm going to tell you right now,
Bumpy.
it stinks. Okay? It just stinks. I'm not
Oh.
I can guarantee you there is no dairy product in this. I smell the vegetable oil. It smells like popcorn oil. Ah,
Wow.
I don't even know if I want to eat this. And feet. And it smells like feet. Feet and
Oh.
popcorn oil. I don't know. All right. Well, there you have it. So,
Cheese.
Godspeed.
cheesers.
Yeah, Godspeed.
Godspeed.
It should go
John
good
Lucky.
with the Natty Bow. That's like.
Yeah, I don't see why I wouldn't.
It does
Whoa.
not. It does not taste like cheese. It
Oh,
doesn't
no.
taste like
When
cheese.
when
It's
in
bad.
doubt,
It's
Processed.
It gets worse.
if it's not good, don't eat it.
government cheese is better than this stuff. This is terrible.
Oh, government
Oh.
cheese. Mm-mm.
Government cheese.
That tastes like taxes and sadness.
This is terrible. It's really bad cheese. Sorry.
It was made in a lab.
It's very, very interesting. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I took one, but I got to take another bite after I drink the beer. Okay. So, eating the Dollar G cheese after the beer ruins the beer.
No.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. The beer, love it. Cheese, forget about it. Get a burger. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah. So
Yikes.
now I'm gonna try. Now I do cheese and then beer, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
However you want to do it, really. If you don't want to do it, then don't.
So bad.
Again.
The choice is yours and yours alone. I heard that from the
Oh.
90s on Nickelodeon.
It's greasy. It's greasy. It's gross.
Easy.
Oh, it's really bad.
Oh,
I'm gonna hurry up and swallow it. Hang on.
ooh.
Ow.
Nice.
It's greasy. And I'm not
Do
going
you
there.
know it has a cottage cheese flavor to it?
Cottage
That's
cheese.
not right.
I haven't
Blech.
experienced cottage cheese in some time. I'll mess with cream cheese, not cottage cheese.
I'm sorry, I forgot to say cheers, but I had to wash that shit down.
Sure.
Go for it.
I had to wash it. I'm from Baltimore.
There's
I'm not from Baltimore, but I'm
love
from
I'm
I love
It's
from the
much
South.
better
I'm familiar with the
cheese
word
than
wort.
beer. Much better cheese than beer. Yeah, for sure.
Much better cheese than beer?
Mm-mm. It's much. It's much better
Confuse
eating
me.
cheese and then drink
Oh.
the beer.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I think I get you now. All right.
Actually, the yick cheese actually does take away a little bit of that bitterness aftertaste. It's not much. It's just a little bit, just a touch. But I'm not a big bitter fan,
A touch too
like
much.
bitter table of one.
Oof.
Your table's ready. No, but anyway, yeah, cheese and then beer. It's the best way to go, in my opinion. So cheers,
that application,
cheesers, and
Nice.
thank you for letting me do this review. It's been fun.
Oh no, you don't
Very
ever feel like
educational.
you shouldn't come up. If you, I tell everyone, come on up. If you got it, bring it. So it's kind of good to see this though, to see like a Miller Lite or a Budweiser, Bud Light, whatever the fuck you got, like macro stuff with like macro cheese. You know, it's like I think that's
macro cheese.
And greasy, yeah. I mean, there
Yeah,
is
it
no
works.
milk. This is not Kraft, okay? I don't know, but somebody should have
Kraft with a
sprung
K.
for the extra $1.50, in
Kroger.
my opinion. Because I'm worth it. I'm telling you, that's bad cheese. I don't know. Shit
Well,
on
thanks,
that.
Angie. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
All right. Cool. It's my
Cheers.
turn. Hello, everyone. Okay, let's get into the
Man, I'm throwing that.
yeah, the American Imperial Stout, 9.5%. I gotta stir this up a little bit, get a little head picking up on it. Yeah. So it's got some decent retention. Let's go into the nose. I said chocolate, and I do get chocolate. I get chocolate. I get more of a chocolate malt chocolate, not like maybe a dark baker's chocolate, but chocolate malt that you would actually put in a beer, like the malts. Which chocolate malts don't really necessarily smell like chocolate. Well, I don't know. But you get that, you get that malty kind of bready thing. It's got a sweet kind of dark fruit thing going on as well. Maybe a little raisin. More of a maltier thing though. Bready. A little espresso kind of throwing through there. Maybe a slight hoppiness, a little bitterness going through the nose. I can kind of smell a little bit of alcohol, but not terrible. It's nice. It smells really good. It smells like I want to try it. Yeah, so a cocoa head lacing, it's kind of like leg lacing. It had like a big old, you can see the rim where it was, like the big old fat cascading head when I poured it. But it all kind of simmered down, holding, like I said, good retention. Dark black beer, dark brown, let's say dark brown with the cocoa head. Yeah, medium carbonation, kind of a silky side on the foam, kind of like a oily, silky look to it. Cheers. Let's drink it.
Cheers.
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 That's going
Cheers.
nuts.
Very
Roasty.
cheers.
That's super roasty.
I'm gonna
Dark
do-
chocolate, baker's chocolate, roasty espresso malt bitterness, like that roasted coffee bitterness, kind of that acrid thing in the back. You get the bitter hops as well. The American appeals coming out of this for sure. American charm.
America.
Very dry, very big drying finish. Alcohol is hidden. It's not at all showing any signs of it. A little bit actually. Down the throat, there's a slight alcohol burn. Not really though. It's more of like a creamy feel though all the way through. Don't let me confuse you. I'm sorry. There's just a lot of things going on with this. It's pretty complex. A lot of things going up into the nasal canal too. Now I'm starting to get it. It is about 60 degrees right now. So I am getting a little bit of alcohol now going up my nose, my sinuses. But that dry, chalky kind of mineral feel on the tongue is really coming through. That acrid feel, especially on the sides of the tongue, it's really, it's just like, wow. It's really gripping, chewy,
Gripping.
smooth, creamy, full, medium body. But yeah, coffee, espresso, baker's chocolate, and a nice bready, dark caramel-y kind of thing. Not really like pushing the molasses or anything like that. More of a dark, deep caramel. Very nice though. So I believe it should taste that way. Let's have some cheese now. We got the Irish sharp cheddar cheese from Kerrygold. The Irish sharp cheddar cheddar cheese. What? No, I can't even do that. Cheddar cheese. Yeah.
That was great. You sounded like the Lucky Charms guy.
Okay.
Where's me chilling?
So it has a sharpness on the nose for sure. A slight sweetness, the big creamy kind of slight sweet mixture of sweet and salty. Very milky though, very nice. It really does have that sharp feel. Is this the same cheese you had, Sparkle?
Yes.
The Kerrygold? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, real like creamy, milky, but it's definitely got that sharpness. You can feel the punctuality of it going through your nose. Yeah. So it just breaks. It just breaks off and kind of like is kind of gritty. It's not really soft. Excuse me. Let's eat it. Cheers. Cheezers.
Cheezer.
Oh, it's really dry. Really sharp. It's not an extra sharp, but it's definitely sharp. Salty, sweet, creamy, like the nose. Very pretty, sort of pungent. Has kind of a pungency to it. There's no flavor crystals or anything like that. Once you get through it, it starts to mush through the mouth, but it's very drying in the finish and kind of all around the tongue. You kind of want something to wet your whistle, you know.
How about a beer?
No, it's a lot like the aromas. Flavor aromas is a lot the same on this. It's very nice, very good cheese. Kerrygold is the way to go. Definitely. Drew said it. Kerrygold is definitely not a hit and miss, in my opinion. They have good cheeses all the way through. Let's do a cheese before beer.
Gotta get some Kerrygold then, huh?
I like Kerrygold. They're bomb. What's that vampire one? That was good. That wasn't Kerrygold. That was someone else.
Vampire cheese. Ooh.
Vampire with garlic. That garlic was so good. All right. God, it's hard to chew. Sweet, creamy, though. Sweet, creamy, kind of salty. Salinity comes through.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, that wets it nice. The complexity of this beer really sinks into the cheese. Takes a lot of the sharpness away. Kind of adds that extra espresso acridness, the acrid malts, the dark marred malts. You know, the things that are giving that nice dry kind of dark, rich feel. The sweet caramel is going through the cheese and kind of taking the salty out and kind of adding a little more creaminess in there with the cheese and the beer. It's really nice. It really goes well together. It really just like collides and then smothers each other. It's like wearing a blanket in cold weather. It's like nice. It's perfect.
Ooh, nice.
Huh.
That's
I like
cool.
that.
It's very
That's-
nice. I suggest a sharp cheddar definitely with an imperial stout. It's especially an American imperial stout with a little more hoppy bite.
Mhm.
Definitely not black IPA like Eric was saying, but definitely a little hoppier than say your English stouts or whatever the hell you're going.
Yeah, definitely.
But very nice. I really like this quite a bit. Cool. A win. We got a lot of wins tonight. A lot of good ones, man.
Thanks, Bob.
They brought some good stuff. Even Angie's.
That
A
was
win for
so
all of us.
fun. That was so fun.
Right. Well, this is going to be a long one because we got a big panel, but that's okay. We're going to go back to Miscellaneous for our last thoughts and go through all you guys. Right on. Here we go.
All right, so last thoughts on it. It's warmed up. It actually does smell a bit more like a actual cup of coffee.
Hell yeah. Prost. Nice beer, Hans.
Flavor wise, like I said, yeah, there you go, Joe.
God,
I'm glad everybody enjoyed that.
that's fun.
It's fun to get stupid every once in a while.
Yo.
Yeah, to be honest with you, this really, really does remind me of Founder's Oatmeal Stout, just like elevated just a bit. You know, I mean, roasty coffee, slightly bready, chocolate, very mild bitterness. Um, it's a good representation of a coffee stout, plain Jane Imperial Coffee Stout at 8%. So, I mean, that being said, I was sticking at a 82, or not 82, 92. Sorry,
Excellent.
92. It's good, very good product. If you can get Burial from Asheville, North Carolina, which I don't know if you can, um, the skillet donut stout is not bad. We've broken the donut beer dilemma because every time it's a collab with a donut place, it's a terrible beer. I'm just saying. No donuts in that. Can't complain. They would pair great with a donut. The Marco Polo, the black and green peppercorn cheese, it's good. I would recommend it if you're not. I don't know. If you've never tried or experienced green peppercorns and black peppercorns more in a raw form, other than this like fine black pepper or something like that, you might need to. This might turn you off a bit, but it is very good. It's nutty, robust, cheesy, not too salty, good flavor. Overall, I would. It's the second time I've got it. Well, I didn't pick it up; my wife does. But yeah, I would recommend it. You might not want to sit down and eat too much of it. Could be a little bit too much for the palate, but this would be good on a charcuterie board. I will say that. That being said, it doesn't even say what style of cheese it is either. So it's kind of hard to rank it. But I put it at a 95. I would buy it again. I would recommend it if you see it, the Marco Polo. And you dig peppercorns. This could be good. I can't remember what I had it with. I think I had it with the Saison. And I think that paired pretty well. Did well with the stout. IPA might be a good one.
Yeah.
Maybe something earthy, or it's just hard to say. I don't think that might pair with the New England, but all in all, pairing wise together, it was definitely cheese and then beer was better. Brought a smoky aspect to the beer, changed it up just a bit, brought a little bit more robustness to it. Other than that, I'd say pairing wise, I'd stick it at like a 93. I'm definitely in the right realm. There's a lot of different stouts. It's pretty good. Wasn't disappointed. Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers. Right on, man. Okay. We got Thompson.
Oh,
I forgot about the.
thank you for stopping by Bumpy Road channel of YouTube on Mondays. Thank you for stopping by Tuesdays and Wednesdays to Beer Man's channel of YouTube. And go subscribe to that man. So we got the Catharsis again, American Porter. Yeah, that's the Treehouse logo. Enjoy fresh gold. So don't get me wrong. This is called an American Porter, and that's exactly what it is. I find that it's for me personally. I think if I were just like a blindfolded situation, here, try this beer. It tastes like a black IPA. It's got really good bitterness to round out some of the sweet level of the beer, some of the chocolatey notes. Let's finish that bad boy off. Cheers, everybody. Again, thank you, Beer Man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm gonna go with what Miscellaneous started off with saying when he finished his beer, or when he started to smell the beer before he finished it. Definitely more coffee in the glass kind of a taste. Definitely, I'll agree with that one on my end. It's a very unique bitterness with the hops. Definitely more Simcoe. I'm getting more of a West Coast style. Dark fruits, coffee bitterness as well, mixing with the actual hop bitterness. Really good. I don't really know the beer. I'm gonna give that beer. It's super unique. I gotta give that a 90. I give a lot of 93s. I gotta just give another 93. Why not? I'm glad I bought a 4-pack of that. To me, super unique porter. So if you get a chance, anybody in the immediate area that wants to, or if you're going to go and trade for some beers, this would be a very unique, under the radar treehouse to trade for. The Catharsis American Porter, 7.4, nice range, nice sweetness level. Nothing gets too carried away. You could say that the hoppiness gets carried away a little bit, but I think it's well balanced enough. The cheese is definitely not. I mean, the cheese, the Gorgonzola from Mel Gioioso. It definitely ended up sticking around in the palate. It definitely minutes, 10, even 20 minutes later, was getting still left with what I call a drying aspect. There was definitely nice tangy notes, and I was getting more towards the back of the palate, towards the back of the throat, a nice black pepper spiciness too. So it's very pungent. I'll just try a little bit at the very end here. Oh yeah, same thing. Very pungent, very tangy tart, going towards a souring note. Super creamy, sticky body to the beer or to the cheese. Don't You can try to cut off blocks if you try to cut off blocks if you want, but you ain't gonna cut slices of this crumbly cheese. So the cheese I will give an 87. Very interested in wanting to try some more blue cheeses and maybe see what the artisan people do with Gorgonzola. And I'd be looking also more forward to even going down the stinkier, pungent, more range of like Camembert might be a little out of the wheelhouse. I have no idea. Or even like never had a Limburger before. So I don't know. I'll be looking to try some more blue style cheeses and things funkier and trying to maybe not with a sour, like a super sour beer, like an American one, but maybe like your Oud Bruin, like a darker sour beer would be kind of good with that style too. And I can see why an IPA would be really good.
Like
A rye IPA,
Yeah.
or like I think Josh at one point did like the double Trogs Nugget Nectar. That would have been perfect with this beer. I think that would have been really good. So I'll give that. So we got a 93 and 87. I'll go like, what are we, right around a 90 with this whole thing? So let's go right around a 90 with this whole experience. I would recommend that. And Bel Gioioso should be everywhere in grocery stores. So you should be able to try the cheese.
Yep.
If you want, good to cube it up or crumble it up and use it in a salad dressing. Cheers.
Yes. Cheers. Cheers, man. Cheers, Eric. All right. Cool. And we got Bumpy.
Okay. There's nothing really to wrap up. I did eat the rest of my cheese just because I didn't want to put it away.
You did put it away.
And so I should put it away. So yeah, it was a nice cheese. It had the crunchy bits in it, which is nice. It definitely had a sharpness to it. Favorite out of the really sharp, like Irish type cheddars and stuff? No, I wouldn't put it as like one of my favorites, but I'm going to score it at a 45 out of 50. So it's very good. And then for the Irish Goodbye dry stout, I think they did a really nice job with it. I mean, it definitely is an Irish dry stout. I don't think I could say it's as good as Guinness.
It's better than Murphy's. I mean, that's like, if you can't say Guinness, like we go like that's how my list goes to Murphy's.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really good though. I mean, it was, I don't know. It didn't have like the body that I guess Guinness and Murphy's kind of have to it. This one was just a bit more thin, liquidy. Also, I mean, it wasn't nitro. Like a lot of those, you can get them non-nitro too if you can find them, but they're hard to find non-nitro for those ones. Yeah, pretty good. I'll give this Liquid Riot Irish Goodbye Dry Stout 41.5 out of 50. So yeah, it's still very good. So both cheese and beer, very good. They definitely worked very well together.
Cool.
I'm surprised as concise as you were. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
I don't know if Bumpy likes that beer.
Yeah, it was because
can
I
never
mean I
tell
don't like
with
I don't
Bumpy.
like a lot of like dark like coffee like beers like that and stuff. But
Oh, okay.
it's really kind. It just kind of it. I mean, I knew what I was getting into purchasing. This dry stouts wouldn't be my favorite style of stout, but yeah, I think that, it worked. Didn't upset me.
Nice.
Cheers.
Man, some good scores. Cheers, Bumpy.
I'm saving some for the last sip
Cheers,
too.
Bumpy.
Okay. All
Was your
right.
Irish
Cheers,
goodbye?
And we thank you, Bumpy. Cheers, man.
That's Sparkle.
We have Sparkle next.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, so I did like this beer. Let's hold this up. Turn it around. Sorry.
He's
I
fine.
liked it. Pretty heavy in the coffee flavor. And that's okay if you're going to pair it with the cheese. And I really liked Beer Man's cheese review because we have the same cheese. I did find that it's pretty strong. It's not something I would put with a lot of appetizers or a lot of beers because it is such a strong flavor. However, it did do a beautiful job with blending with this beer. When I did it before the beer, I was able to set a different, a lighter coffee flavor, a lighter stout flavor, and that was good. When I did it after, the beer really took over. I mean, the cheese really took over. So it was a little hard to taste that blend. However, I will say that I would choose this cheese to blend with some stouts. I think it would be a better way to blend it because it is strong. It is a little salty, and I think it would pair it with some other stouts. But it was a great find. It was a great experiment, and I thank you all.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Cheers,
Awesome.
Sparkle.
Take a picture of that
Sparkle,
can and
cheers.
send it to me, will you? It's cute.
Okay.
All right. Cheers. All right. Thank you, Sparkle. Appreciate you.
Cheers.
All right. We
Well,
got
all my
Josh,
beers go. I threw the can out, but here's the
Scarface.
can.
Oh,
There's the Schwarzbier German black lager. Sorry, not dark lager, black lager. This beer is good. I liked it. People that might not like strong, it didn't have too much coffee, but it does have that roastiness from those malts. But it's good, light, refreshing. Got a nice sweetness to it. Yeah, Chilling makes good stuff. You should try to pick up different styles. I don't know if I ever had like a regular IPA from them. Use it in pilsners and stuff like that. But and the cheese is gone too. But I had the Cracker Barrel extra sharp cheddar, just the little cheese stick things. It was good. Not the best, but I mean, these little snack cheeses, they're not going to be crazy. But it all depends. I mean, some companies make better extra sharp cheddar than others, but like I said, not bad for what you're paying. But score-wise, I'm going to give the Schilling beer a 95, actually. I really like it. I think it's good. like I said, I don't drink too many Schwartz beers, so I just figured I'd pick something up like this. I haven't had one in a while, so it's good. I got some that Czech dark lager in there too. So, but yeah, 95 for that, and for the cheese, like I said, it wasn't bad. Just mac and cheese.
I gotta pee.
I'll give it a give it a 90. I'll give it a 91. It's pretty good. Nothing wowing, you know. But and as for the combo, the cheese before the beer, I think, was a better combo than the beer before the cheese. Just because when you did the cheese with the beer, it kind of brought more of a sweet creaminess to the cheese and kind of mellowed out that little bit of that funk and bitterness. But as for the pairing, I'll give it a 94. I think it went pretty well together. So
Nice job.
yeah, I thought I'd switch it up. You know, instead of doing IPAs with extra sharp, I figured I'd do Schwartz beer or something like that, something different. So it worked. Or at least this one did. Maybe other Schwartz beers or dark lagers might not work, but yeah.
We just built one of those on our Wednesday. That's good that you brought one.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
So if you ever see any shilling, definitely pick it up. Bumpy does. So Eric knows, I think, too.
Cool.
Cheers.
Another beer I gotta make in
Yeah.
the future.
That
Nice
shilling would be great if you want. Just
Cheers.
like an authentic, like
Cheers.
German style.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pilsners, Czech
I
Pilsners,
love
Italian
anything
Pilsners,
German.
German
Oh my God.
Pilsners. Dunkels.
Cool, man.
Good job, Josh.
Very
Good
nice.
job. Good job.
W.
Appreciate you.
I forgot to do a,
Appreciate
Yeah. All right. So now we have Angie. Thanks, Josh. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
What were you saying,
Yeah.
Sparkle? You said you forgot something.
no, I forgot to do the rating. Never mind.
Oh, go
Oh.
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, go.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, read it. No, you go. You go, girl. Finish it off.
Okay, I would just say that the rating for the cheese was definitely a 98%, and the beer rating I would put at 95, but to compare the two, I would make it a 98% pairing.
Oh, that's
Thank
great.
Nice.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Very
Back
good.
to
Wonderful
Angie.
thing. Cheers.
You had a good
All right.
experience. 98. That's awesome. Okay,
Thank
so I'm
you,
going to
Sparkle.
start with the cheese. I did not finish.
Oh.
Mm,
Oh, jeez. Cheese.
I wouldn't put that on a dog turd. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
wow.
It's a little harsh, but it's the truth. Yeah, it was not cheese. It was really greasy and gross. It did not just stay on my palate, it stuck to my palate. It was gross. It was disgusting. The beer did not make it any better. It was just awful. But if I had to eat the cheese or the beer or drink the beer and the cheese, I would say eat the cheese, take it like a pill and wash it down with the beer. That's how I would handle that. The cheese I'm going to rate as a 2 out of 100. I would not tell anyone to buy this cheese. It's disgusting. Now, for the beer, it was very good. Very good. It tasted like a light beer to me. I don't know if Natty Bo's a light beer, but it tasted like that to me. But it was kind of medium bodied. Like it wasn't like drinking water, like Coors Light's like it's like drinking water.
Adjunct, what is adjunct lager, right?
I believe so.
Kind of like your
Yeah, it's
Budweiser,
an adjunct. It's like a
your
PBR.
that type of beer.
Yeah, it's got a little more meat on its bones than some of the other. Yeah, and it was really good. It tasted. I don't know. It tastes like beer to me. So I don't know if that means. I know that sounds really stupid. I don't know if that means it's the hops. Like I thought it smelled like earthy kind
Like
of.
freedom.
You get any cracker or any like kind of like Right, like malty cracker kind of
Saltine, doughy
honey or
bread.
Biscuit.
corn or
Uh-oh.
rice or corn or whatever's in that.
It smells like soda bread, to be honest with you.
Oh shit!
Sure. I get you.
Like saltine.
Like
That's Irish.
Yeah,
Very Irish.
I do get that.
Irish
Yeah,
soda bread.
yeah.
Not very
But it
disrespectful.
is
Made it.
delicious. I would rate the beer a 95 out of 100. Paired with the cheese, the whole thing would be 95 out of 100.
There we go.
Cool.
So,
That
Let
did work.
freedom ring.
That's
Let
awesome.
freedom.
cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Itch my eye. All right. Well, yeah, this is a long one. We got to hurry here. Ah. All right. No, okay, cheese, man, or beer. The beer was excellent, man. I'm not going to go through another review or anything, but it was definitely tolerably awesome. I would buy it again. I bought it again, and I'll buy it again and again in the future when I see it. So 9.5, you know, great. Alcohol was totally hidden. A little bit of fumage, but not like, let's not say totally hidden, but a very, very good beer overall and drinkable for a 9.5%. I would give it a 96 out of 100. I think it is delicious. I really do. I really mean that. And the cheese is awesome. I forgot what Sparkle gave it, but I would almost agree with what she said. Did you give it like a 98? I think you gave it a 98 or something. I'm going to give it a 98. It's a very good sharp cheddar cheese, and I definitely recommend Kerrygold's cheddar cheeses. Go find all their stuff. Very good stuff. So the mixture, the blend was awesome. Like I said, a blanket over you in the cold weather. Just very nice. Oh, thank you for the blanket. I feel better now. It's like that feel, you know? It's just very melted perfect. So I'm going to give it a 90. We'll go 99 out of 100. I'm not going to go.
Ooh.
Let's go 100. Fuck it. It's good. It's good mix, actually.
Hell yeah.
For the mix. You know, definitely 100 on that. So it paired perfectly. So I would really like an IPA. You know, like a Westy IPA would go really well with the sharp cheddar as well, or something like that. You know, a little more sharp. You know, you get that. Whatever. I'm going on a tangent. All right. So
like a bitter New England, even. You know,
or New England. Yeah.
Like a bitter, the hoppy ended New England. Yeah.
Like the hazier side of one, or like more on the west
side. Or they're
side.
not malty, yeah, like the New England IPA, but like when they're not, it's got some of that bitter backbone where it's not just like malty sweet. I like
50 IBU
sharp cheddar.
55 IBU New England, maybe, or something like that. All right. Well, cool. Let's go. Let's pull up the panel, and let me switch y'all around. Let me get you everywhere situated. Bumpy there. We have Sparkle there. We have Josh there. You guys go ahead and do some shout outs, man. It's all you on the table.
Right.
Good.
Shout outs for me, Thursday night beer session. I don't know what I'm going to do. It'll be there. I'll be there Thursday at 8. I don't have a premise for the show. I might find a guest. We'll see. Maybe I'll talk to some people off air once we go off air. Other than that, daily YouTube shorts, the Chug Chronicles have been real productive recently. I've been getting a lot of traction. I'm almost up 100 subs in less than a month, and I've been getting some watch time and views. So that's good. I'm not bragging or boasting, but it's working for me. Yeah, I just do a daily beer chug with random song of choice, unless I almost die that day.
And then it's two
chug. Other than that, I'd like to shout out Sam Smalley. Go check him out on Instagram at Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Go check him out. And I'm also going to shout out East Coast LQ Reviews. He actually dropped a video while we were live, uploaded, constantly drinking. What's new on the market? Liquor reviews coming back out. I see he done one of those. That's what his channel is more dominant on, but we've kind of brought him over to the beer side, if you would. But good channel, good content, good dude. Go check him out. Cheers.
Cheers, Miscellaneous.
Cheers.
Right on.
Cheers.
So for Thomas Metal 75, I run the Masters of Beer Reviews here on YouTube, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We do a live program called the Wild Card Wednesday. I make it very simple. Bring a beer, wine, spirit, really any adult beverage, and let's have some fun. All I ask, and I say this very politely and most of all tongue in cheek, is to not be a douche. Be a douche. Cheers. Just fun is the name of the game, like we do on all of these streams. Just keep that fun going. I typically do the subscriber only thing, but you got to subscribe for 5 minutes, and then boom, you can talk to the chat. Had a little problem last time. One of our bigger YouTube buddies came on the show, and everybody under the sun was a troll with their weird YouTube name. So just subscribe and give me more numbers and give the panel something to talk about while you chat and maybe possibly come on the stream. So there you go. Beer Barbecue Baseball is a channel on YouTube I like to shout out. That's our good buddy up in Ohio. He likes to talk about all three of those things, and he does the beer review. So go check him out. And the Barley Lads, they've been around since 2021. Get some history on different whiskey distilleries worldwide, from bourbon, rye, Scotch, Irish, you name it. Get a lot of history and a sprinkling of beer reviews here and there. So go check them out. Cheers, and go subscribe to Beer Man. Thank you, Beer Man.
Thank you, Eric. Cheers.
Cheers.
Right on.
All right. So on my channel, Bumpy Road Brews, on Monday night, I have a live show. It starts at 8 p.m. It's called New Brew. Just bring a beer that you've never had before. Join up on panel. 3-part show, as most of you know. Review the beer, general chit chat, throw out a score as well, and then we'll have hopefully a question and answer for the panel at the end. Other than that, I would like to just shout out Nerd Sense. Two friends, you got Sean and Mike. They do beer reviews together, sometimes via the StreamYard or whatever they use to do their reviews in separate locations. One of them lives in Massachusetts. They used to both live in Massachusetts. The other one lives in New Hampshire now. So if you're in the East Coast, anyways, you'll probably see a lot of beers that you may be familiar with. So, but yeah, fun channel. I'd also like to shout out Life is Brutiful with Anthony. If you're into like history, stuff like that, he does a ton of topics with like beer history and just stupid like stuff that you don't really need to know, but it's just interesting facts and stuff that he does research on. And he makes it fun. He adds in pictures and whatever else he can throw in there. Sometimes he also homebrews. He used to do beer reviews as well. He kind of stopped doing that portion though. But there you go. Life is Brutiful and Nerd Sense. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy. Good
Cheers.
show.
Sparkle.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for checking in. I am loving this channel. So I also wanted to do some shout outs to Angie Mason, Fluid Art. Just Being Me, I think is her other channel. Correct me, honey. I'm sorry if I'm wrong.
No, I think it's Just Being Angie.
Just Being Angie. Thank you.
That's it.
Okay. And Chadeo Live. He is awesome. He is so much fun. Fresh Life. Please check it out. Wonderful channel. Wonderful pictures of horses and live chats. And other than that, I think I'm done. Oh, everybody sparkle. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, don't
You
forget
you
yours.
got to shout your own self out.
Cheers, Brew Ice.
Cheers.
Cheers, Sparkle. Thank you. All right.
All right. Shout outs for me. Philly Crooker 87 is my Instagram. Beer Bowl discussions, I might switch to Saturdays. Just because sometimes Sundays I go too long and then I'm tired on Monday morning. But so we'll see. Maybe like 8, 9 o'clock or something. 8 maybe. I don't know. I know Saturdays are pretty busy, but we'll see. But other than that, shout outs for other people. I'll shout out Craig from Kent Beer Reviews. Check him out. Great beer guy. Goes live sometimes Fridays, Saturdays, maybe Sundays sometimes. Does a lot of beer reviews. Cool dude. Him and Jagman usually always on there too. Check out Sam Smalley. I know he doesn't have a YouTube channel yet, but Short and Stout Beer Reviews on Instagram. Usually always in the chat or on panel or that kind of stuff. But check him out. And check out Alex. I don't think anyone shouted out Alex yet. Alex the Beer Master. Alex and Friends Thursdays, 10:30, 11, something like that. 11:30. And then Food Fridays. He does Fridays at 8. I'm not sure what it is this week.
Bumpy, what's the deal?
For Food Friday,
Yeah.
Sure.
it's the KFC Double Down, I think it's called.
Wow.
Yeah.
No bread, son.
I mean, the problem is Friday is actually St. Patrick's Day, so
Oh, yeah, corned beef.
I'm going to be having a family dinner that day.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, if you got a KFC Double Down, join Alex's
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day Spectacular Food Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Mhm.
So, other than that, I think that's it. So, cheers, Beer Man. Thanks for having me. Cheers to the
Hey.
panel.
Cheers to you. Thank you. Yep. Cool. Angie, what you got for us?
2 channels, Angie's Fluid Art, where I do fluid art, and that's Monday nights and Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I do live art, and I may be changing that to an earlier time because I have a lot of people from across the pond, so and it's really late when I do it, so I may be changing that, but we'll see. And Just Being Angie, that is for everything that's not fluid art. Lots of shenanigans, parental advisory, of course, not made for kids,
Not for
dancing
kids
around,
only.
right? Comedy, dancing around like fools, listening to
Don't
real
bring the
music and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun. Shout outs, I would say, of course, my Art by Sparkle, who's my best friend and mentor. Beer Man, of course, because I love your shows. And check out Harmonica Man. I mean,
Hey, there it is.
yeah,
You know who he is, Beer Man?
Bang.
Harmonica Man?
that is banging. Also, check out Elbow 88.
Oh,
Awesome,
yeah.
awesome guy. Plays
Yeah.
piano and sings. He's really great. Check out Sam Smalley on Instagram, Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Hopefully, he'll be having a channel soon. Kent Beer Reviews, Craig.
There you go.
And the rest of you guys on panel, you guys all have great shows. I watch them all, so
Yeah, definitely.
and that's it.
Cool. Well, thanks, Angie. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys, gals, and guys.
And
Thank
the
you.
legendary Alex the Beer Master.
Yes, come on. Keep it creamy. You know, I mean, well, that
It's
didn't sound
delicious.
good. Keep
Thank
it delicious. That didn't sound good. But is it creamy? All right. So, man, we're 19,000 strong. Thank you.
Always.
Go ahead, Jim. We got Floyd Jim in the house. All right. Cheers, Jim. Well, thanks, Angie. Thanks, guys. Okay. Beer and cheese next week. Same thing. Bring it if you got it. I don't care what it is. as Angie brought. What she brought.
I'm bringing something
Not
better.
trying to
Okay,
get
I'm not
on your
doing
ass or
that.
anything, but yeah, no, you're good. Bring whatever you want. I think it's cool to see all kinds of things. So, trying to keep this as quick as I can. Wednesday tomorrow will be our 9th, I believe. Styles Gone Wild. So be there for that at 3:00 my time, 6 Eastern time. Yeah, so it should be fun. We'll start off our gauntlet day and get it going. And I haven't been putting out any reviews or anything, but I've just been brewing on Thursdays. I might be doing a Weiss beer, or I guess you could call it a Hefeweizen. It's kind of in the same bracket, sort of. But I think it's a little cloudier, actually. But I don't know. I could be stupidly wrong. But a Weiss beer is what I'm going to try and do, but I'm running out of options with my fermentation tank. So I've got like a bucket fermenter I might use for that. But we'll do that maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Other than that, I'm going to shout out 3 people. Beer Hounds Beer Reviews, man. Hell yeah, dude. Cheers to you, man. Bill, dude, he's been jamming out. He rocks on the guitar, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Like, fucking hardcore
Nice.
rocker. On the Carvin, on his Carvin amp.
Oh.
And Epiphone SG, fuck yeah. And then he just recently reviewed Hermosa Brewing Company's Left My Wallet Deepa double IPA review. So check that out. Ridgeopolis, I don't think anyone's mentioned him. I did just make a beer. It was supposed to be a Danipa, but it's kind of turning into a Nipa, but it's still good. So far. So we'll see if it works. If anyone, well, I don't, if you want one, just let me know. I brewed 8.5 gallons, so I didn't quite get 8.5 gallons of. What's that?
Let's sugar it up.
Hell yeah. Finru Homebrewing's the last one I'm going to shout. Cheers to him as well. He's put up 3 that I need to catch up on. He just did his Homebrew Wednesday 27. He did 26, and he did 25, which is the Yorkshire Bitter. So go check him out. He's always brewing. Good dude. Very knowledgeable guy. Knows his shit as well. Out of New Zealand. He's a good dude, man. So go check him out. Yeah. So that's all I got. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Let me turn this nasty-ass ticker banner off. And I want to first just real quick thank the chat on the side before I thank my panel. Thank you guys over there. Over there. It's all backwards.
Welcome.
But thank you. Cheers to that. To all you guys. You guys are great supporters. Alan for dropping in. Alan, thanks for coming in as well. Man, thank you. We would not be what we are today without you guys. So thank you so much. And of course, cheers to the panel. Cheers to Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. Thomas Metal 75. Bumpy Road Brews.
Cheerios.
Art by Sparkle. Last Beer. And ow.
Better be.
Wow.
Bye-bye.
Angie!
Always bring a little comic relief to the panel.
No, you're all right. Much love. Love you.
Bye, Angie.
Love you too.
Cheers.
Bye, sweetheart.
All right. You guys have a good night, day, wherever you're from in this beautiful world, but not after one more sip. That's right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.